Greetings, men of God. Men of God, how you doing? This is Brother Derek Hawkins from BJCF Men's Ministry, calling, actually sending out this message, video message to remind everyone that we're going to be hosting our Men's Day on Sunday, November the 3rd. We have two services, the 9 a.m. as well as the 12 noon service. This year, we're going to be featuring two of our own, Minister Michael Wilkins and Brother Eric Thompson. Minister Eric Thompson will be presenting in the morning session. In the 12 noon session, we're going to have an inspirational presentation by one of the young men in the ministry, followed by our own Bishop uh, and Pastor Anthony W. Gilliard, asking all men to provide a $50 assessment, $75 for the leadership. There's going to be envelopes, separate envelopes for you to use. If you're going to send in if you're going to send your assessment in separately before November 3rd, you can do it by BJCF app. You can put in the envelope. Just make sure you indicate on the envelope that it's for the men's ministry for Men's Day. Um, this way, it's all you do. Not only do you get the credit for it, but it also goes to the right place. We're looking to be a blessing to the bishop later on this year in November when we have Founders Day. Also, just want to remind each and every one of you that we do have Bible study or Bible school every Sunday between services, and we definitely need to see you there. We're all here for spiritual growth and development. Just in case you don't either realize it, there is Bible study every Sunday, and sometimes we have a session, a combined session with the women. But generally, we have the men, the women, the youth, and the teens all have Bible study on Sunday. There is a curriculum, there is a book, there is a session that they follow each week. I just want to remind you that we're all here for spiritual growth and development. For the Men's Day, the colors will be black suit, white shirt, and you can looking to wear paisley, but you can wear either violet and green, purple and green, or lavender and green, any of those shades, and but try to get something paisley with at least those two colors in it. Again, lavender, violet, purple. What's the other color in that family? Blue and green. Any of those combinations. But again, the big thing is wear paisley if you can, tie or bow tie. Again, so we could be in unity, but also we're honored to have Elder LaShawn Robinson going to lead the men in the praise and worship. Each year we've been having more men participate. We're going to have two rehearsals that's going to be take place generally 2 weeks before. The first one's going to be on the Wednesday the 23rd, and I'll confirm that. And the second one's going to be on Thursday the 31st. Both going to be at 7 o'clock, but I'll confirm it. We'll send out another announcements. We'll have them announce it at the Sunday services. I'll have uh, remember the date flyers posted, and there should be a flyer out this week. I know the marketing group has been working on the Apex event, so that took up a lot of their time, but they expected to have the flyer for us this week. I'm asking each of the men to invite at least two guests, brothers, cousins, relatives, friends. Set a goal to invite at least two other brothers to come join us on Men's Day for worship and fellowship. Again, this year we hadn't got as much done as we wanted to, but again, we're looking preparing for to close out the year strong, as the pastor indicated. But we're also looking to start 2020 even stronger with your participation. We're looking for people to be involved as much as possible. Generally, we have our men's empowerment session every third Friday of the month. We haven't had them as much this year because we had low attendance, but again, we plan on continuing that. At least once a month, we meet to get together for fellowship. We also look and do a men's breakfast at least once a quarter. Um, Looking for new ideas, new blood, new input. But again, we want everybody to feel a part of the men's ministry. And again, we're more ministers to men as opposed to men's ministry. So we're working as a collective. And again, your input is important. So if there's things you want to see happen, we only ask that if you have an idea that you be prepared to not only participate, but also to follow through. We'll support any events that provide or spiritual growth, personal development, personal growth. Obviously, we want to do a couple of things together to fellowship and outside of the church as well. So just wanted to reach out to everyone to remind you, put in your calendar Sunday, November the 3rd. I'm asking all of the men to invite at least, two men outside of the the BJCF, to join us and fellowship with us. I'm going to be sending invitations to other churches, particularly the other Koji churches in the area that we fellowship with on a regular basis. We're looking to get as many men as possible to come and do praise and worship. Again, it's not about how good you can sing or if you can't sing. It's about us coming together, singing for the glory of the Lord. Again, we're going to be led by Elder LaShawn Robinson. And so we're looking for at least 20 men this year to come together and get on the in the podium, not the podium, but get together in the sanctuaries to sing together. So if you have any questions about the event, give me a call. My number is 201-892-4324. If you don't get messages from me, that means I may not have your latest cell phone number. So make sure that you do send me your number anyway, just in case, so I can double check it, update it if need be. Your email address as well. I try to send out messages and notifications by email, by text. We used to use a service called Call and Post, where we allowed to actually send out a voicemail to directly to everyone's voicemail, but we have to update that account if it's a church account, and you only have so many messages sent out. But again, for the most part, if you do get a text message, a email, voicemail from me, whether or not you can participate in the events that we send out, at least respond. Whether you can make it or not make it, it's always good to know how many people we're going to have. We often need a head count. Sometimes you're going to provide either refreshments or food for an event. And I think there's at least 90 people on the list that I have. And out of the 90, I'm lucky if I get 5 to 10 people respond. So I'd appreciate it if you can't make it. I'd rather you respond, no, you can't make it, than not at all. This way, like I said, when it comes down to preparing for an event and planning for an event and ordering food or ordering, whatever we're going to need for that event, it's always helpful to know how many people to expect and to better plan and prepare for it. So I'd rather you send me a text that says, no, you can't make it, then not send nothing at all. Again, at least this way I know how many to expect. Every once in a while we'll have an event. I may get 3 or 4 people confirm they're going to attend, and 20 people show up, or just the opposite. You don't really hear from people, and you plan for 20 people, and 3 or 4 people show up. Again, we really want to boost the men. We want to grow the men's ministry. We're looking for people to take leadership roles. Next year, we're going to have some new members. We're looking for people to be vice president or what you can call a vice president, but the leader of membership. Responsibility would be to welcome new members, keep them informed of what's happening. We definitely need a treasurer as the leader of the men's ministry. The pastor doesn't want to have the leader also be the treasurer, so they need to have some separation between who's leading that ministry and then who's monitoring the funds for that ministry. We also need somebody that's good in social media, and because we do have a site, Sons of Judah is our men's ministry site, and somebody can post things on a regular basis. So if you're tech savvy, or if you're good with social media, look for someone to take on that role and responsibility. We're also looking for fundraisers, people who want to promote and host events throughout the year, so we can raise funds to build up the men's ministry account, so we can be a blessing to some, throughout the year. Some of the men, whether they're part of the church or not, go through challenges, and families go through challenges, and we like to be in a position where we can somehow support a few people throughout the year. And the best way to do that is we raise enough money to have available to do so. Sometimes we go to events such as the Iron Sharpens Iron event. Every year we generally go. We didn't make it this year. Next year we definitely want to get a nice number of men to go to that event. So one day event is only an hour away generally, and sometimes some of the men don't have enough to register for the event. So we like to be a blessing to cover that cost. So things like that we want to be able to do. So somebody doesn't miss out on the spiritual development of the growth because they don't have all the necessary funds. But all in all, remember the date: Sunday, November the 3rd, Men's Day, 9 and 12. I encourage you to come to both services. I encourage you to invite at least 2 men to attend that event. The colors that day: black suit, white shirt, and some kind of paisley tie with either purple and green, lavender and green, violet and green, any of those colors in that family, that color, purple, violet, lavender, and even blue and green. Any of those will do. Paisley, so we can all be somewhat uniform, some form of paisley. And if you have any question, like I said, between now and then, we ask all the men for a $50 assessment, either prior to that date or on the date of. We'll have separate envelopes for that, just for that, for your assessment, and $75 for leaders. If you want to contribute more, feel free to do so. And that's the main thing I wanted to share with you. Again, we definitely want to get more activities for the men's ministry. So before the end of the year, we're looking to, again, generally get together the third Friday of the month to fellowship, whether it's in the church, outside of the church. We're looking to have a breakfast maybe once a quarter where we do prayer, we do some spiritual growth and development. Remember that we do have Sunday school every Sunday between services. So if you come at the 9 o'clock service, stay for 45 minutes for the Bible study. And if you come normally at 12, just come an hour earlier so you can still participate and get some spiritual growth and development, because that's why we're there. It's nice that we get to hear learning from our great teaching leader, Pastor Gilliard. But you also want to grow spiritually and again take advantage of those classes. I know I take advantage of them, and I'm learning a lot each time that I go. We have some phenomenal teachers in the body of Christ that teach those classes, so you definitely want to attend. Again, when you get this message, send me your contact information. I may already have it, but I need to update some information because I don't know if I have everyone's most up-to-date phone numbers or contact information. And again, on the Men's Day in the morning, we have two phenomenal brothers. We have Minister Michael Wilkins and Minister Eric Thompson in the morning. And those of you who haven't heard these gentlemen before, you're in for a treat. And then at the 12 o'clock, we're going to have one of the younger men, do just an inspirational message prior to hearing from our bishop and pastor again for our Men's Day. So looking forward to each and every one of you attending. The theme for that is, we're actually keeping the theme intentional commitment the pastor has for the year, and the 4 P's of intentional commitment: equipping men for spiritual battle. So that's the theme: intentional commitment, equipping men for spiritual battle. And the two speakers in the morning are going to cover the 4 P's that pastor talked about as part of this year's mission. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all at that event. And again, make sure that you send me your contact information, whether you think I have it or not. I need to update the directory for the men. And I look forward to seeing you all on Sunday as well as on Men's Day. Take care. God bless you. And I'll see you all the beaches of the world and in the sanctuaries of BJCF. Yeah. So.